This audio bite is about Hurricane Hits England by Grace Nichols.
Hurricane Hits England is about living in two cultures. The poet comes from the Caribbean but lives in England, and the poem is about one strong storm in England, much stronger than normal, which made her think of the hurricanes in the Caribbean. And then it made her think of her homeland, where she was born, and she finally writes that the earth is the earth is the earth. Perhaps she means that she is the same person wherever she lives.
The poem starts by describing a storm in the night on the south coast of England. It was actually a hurricane, which is almost unknown in England, and the poet felt it was frightening, but she also felt reassured. It reminded her of where she was born, because hurricanes are common there.
She talks to the hurricane using names like Oya and Shango. These reflect her other culture. They are names of gods of wind and thunder. Then she asks why the hurricane came here. It seems to be old tongues, or things she remembers, which have come back in a new place.
She describes the destruction. The electricity is off, and trees are uprooted. But somehow she feels happy, and her heart is unchained. She says she's following the movement of the winds, and that this storm has changed her.
So, the poem isn't just about the storm. It's more to do with how she sees England. The poet writes about a frozen lake, which the storm breaks. So she's been set free. She now feels closer to England than she did before. And she probably feels closer because she realises the earth is the earth is the earth. It is the same world we live on, and we all connected together in some way.
The poem uses images and metaphors to make its ideas come alive. So the wind is a howling ship. This makes us think of the noise, but also that the wind is going from place to place, which is what the poet did when she moved to England, and in her mind she has moved back to the Caribbean.
The poet also asks a number of questions. Some of them seem to be for the hurricane, but others are more like questions she's asking herself. For instance, asking why her heart is unchained. This shows her confusion. She is confused about the storm and who she is. She's living in a foreign land and she doesn't really feel close to the place.
The poem makes this confusion stronger by using contradictions, like saying the storm is fearful, but it's also reassuring, or saying something is the blinding illumination. It lets her see something, but at the same time it stops her seeing it.
Hurricane Hits England tells us what it's like to be living in a different culture. It also shows how natural events, like a storm, can affect us. It uses images, questions and contradictions to show the effect of the storm and to show the poet's reactions. It would be a good choice if you wanted to write about living in a different culture, or about two different cultures. You could also use it if you wanted to write about change, because the poet changed where she lived and the hurricane changed how she viewed the world.